Welcome back to our YouTube channel. I'm Ms. Aruni, conducting your Grade 10 Business and Accounting Studies. Our next lesson is the lesson number 8, the cash book and the petty cash book. So what is the cash book? It is the primary book in which receipts and payments of cash are recorded. So since a business has both receipts and payments, it is a must to record them correctly. So in the receipt side, you would have owner's capital, cash sales, cash received from debtors, borrowings, the borrowings the business does, cash receipts from rent income, investment income, and income on commissions. So such income categories. So all the receipt of money to the business are recorded here. While the payment side will consist of the purchases of goods for cash, repayment of loans, cash payments to creditors, payments made for expenses such as salaries, electricity, refreshment, and then payments made for purchasing fixed assets such as furniture and machinery, etc. So, all the receipts of money in the cash book is debited and then the payments are credited. So when we look at receipts, when the business received cash, the business will issue a document called a receipt to the party who gave the money as evidence for such. So it is either called as the cash receipt or the cash memo. So when we are getting money, we are going to use a document where we would state or provide as evidence of the amount we received in value and the description. So I hope you could remember in our previous lesson about primary books and source documents, we spoke about these in detail. And then the payment voucher. It is the document prepared by business relevant to the cash payments and it is authorized by a responsible officer. So both receipts and payments act as evidence of the result of cash transactions. This cash book has a dual function. So if there's a question asking to describe the dual function of the cash book, these are the answers. First one, it functions as a primary book because the business records of receipts and payments from those source documents are initially recorded in the cash book. So that is why we call it as a primary book. As well as there are debit and credit entries we do while we are doing the business transactions. So hence it acts as a ledger account as well. So if I further explain it, from the source documents, we have cash receipts and cash payments. We record that in the cash book, then it acts as a primary book. And when the double entries are done, it acts as a ledger account. So how do we balance off the cash book? We get the balances of both sides and we see whether we have an overdrawn balance or a positive balance. So usually a cash book has a positive balance or a debit balance. That is, our debit side definitely should be more because we cannot have a negative side or a credit side balance because only the money in hand will be spent by us, right? So in this side we have 203,000, on the other side 104,000. So the difference is what we are going to take as the balance. Just as we discussed in our previous video, so then since this side is larger, we could put the date, balance carried down and add 99,000 to make this side equal to this 203,000. And later on, we can bring the balance brought forward amount on the debit side with the value of 99,000. Such way we can balance off the account. Next, we are discussing the petty cash book. The petty cash book is the primary book in which payments of cash of small values that occur frequently are recorded. So, Putte, what you have to understand is cash book is recorded by the main accountant while the petty cash book is maintained by the petty cashier, right? So, what happens is in a business, in a large organization, you could have smaller valued transactions. Imagine buying a few pens, an A4 bundle, maybe a stapler machine. All those things are necessary to be recorded, but can you take it to the main accounts where hundred thousands and 1 lakh or so business transactions are happening? You cannot maintain same because the number of entries will be really large. So to minimize that and to accurately maintain our smaller transactions that occur frequently, we use the primary book, the petty cash book. So it also functions as a ledger account and it has a dual role like the cash book. For purpose of carrying the petty cash payments with a control, a specific amount of cash is given to the petty cashier by the main cashier. So, this petty cash payment amount given to him at the beginning of the month is called as the petty cash imprest. So, if you think it is 10,000, that is the entire amount he can spend within the month, right? Later on, if he has, imagine he has 200 rupees remaining. So, then the rest of the 9,800 will be filled back to the petty cashier at the end of the month. So that 9,800 I stated before is called as a reimbursement, right? So that is the petty cashier has to request again cash from the main cashier before the petty cash imprest is over. ඉවර වෙන්න කලින් තමයි කිල්ලන්නේ, right? He can't say, money has gone, it is over. He has to be thorough about the amount of payments happening, and soon as the money comes to a certain level, he has to request, because it does not happen in a fractions of seconds. He has to maintain a few amount of money in his hand till he get a reimbursement. That is why he does so. The petty cashier should be given the amount equivalent to the amount of payments made at that time. එයා payments කරපු amount එකට සමාන මුදලක් තමයි යාට ආය හම්බෙන්නේ. And with that interest will be reimbursed. So it is known as the reimbursement of the petty cash imprest. So though this petty cash imprest and reimbursement is something hard for you to understand, you could easily understand it with the diagrams given, right? So this is the format of the petty cash book. You record the description, you put the date, and on this side you have the receipt, that is the main petty cash imprest you get, and then whenever you make payments, you have the voucher numbers listed, the amount of the payment. This part is kept as an analysis, right? That is, if it is stationary, we are dividing the analysis column to a few main areas where we are incurring expenses, and then we put amounts so that we can directly take them to the ledger. And those that does not fall to any of these 4 or 5 will finally go to this other ledger account area, right? Let me explain it more. Before that, let me talk about this dual impact. As the receipt of petty cash imprest and the payment of petty cash payments are first recorded in the petty cash book, that is why we call it a prime entry book. And also, since both debit and credit entries are recorded here, according to the principle of double entry for assets, it is considered as a ledger account. Right, so this is the petty cash book. So as I stated before, when the cash is received, we put the cash, the date where it was received, and the received amount. So this is called as the petty cash imprest, right? This is the petty cash imprest. Later on, we will write the descriptions and the payments done. So here I said for postal, the voucher number 1, it is recording. Payment is 120, so it is recorded on the postal column. Again, do we record traveling on the postal? No. Then only stamps come there. Traveling goes for traveling expenses. Likewise, once we start recording it, before this 2000 is over, we have to reimburse it. That is, now see 90 rupees is remaining, 1910 is spent. Right? So this is the amount spent. Then what we should do is we can ask for a reimbursement of 1910. So this is the amount. The amount that was paid or the amount that we had already spent is the one that we get back, so that it will be equal to the 2000 rupees. So that is what basically you have to know about the petty cash book. You should be able to draw the petty cash book and do these transactions, which are really easy, right? So with that, I hope you got an idea what the cash book and petty cash book is about. This is how we take the transactions to the ledger account. So see, petty cash amount is 2000, right? And the payment made is, the cash we spent was only 1910. So we have, at the beginning we spent 2000, at the end we have 1910. All are recorded in the main cash book, right? Other than that, we don't record anything, right? On the credit side, only the payment for the petty cash is recorded. Next, the postal columns total is 260. So here on the postal charges account, the ledger account, debited 260. We don't divide it and write, we post it directly. If it is the traveling expenses, we take the total. If it is the entertainment expenses, we take the total. See, 460, 440. Here, traveling expenses 460, we write petty cash. The entertainment expenses 440, we write the petty cash. Likewise, we are recording them. So I hope you got an idea, right? Putta, this is a summary. This is not something really hard. So take the brief understanding about it and start doing your calculations. At least practice your textbook once, or else a few past papers. You could easily get a good mark. So hope you enjoyed. Thank you.